we have Brian Westbrook joining us here on CBS Sports HQ for a preview of Sunday's NFC title game between the Eagles and the Niners. Brian, we are so excited to chat with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited as well. Great weekend for football.
Totally. So, Brian, you are no stranger to an NFC Championship stage. You have been there. So we want to know first, what words of wisdom do you have for this Eagles team as they're preparing for the big game on Sunday?
Well, anytime you go into a game like this, you got to slow down just a little bit because you're excited. So many things are racing through your head, so many opportunities, so many thoughts of making it to the Super Bowl. Slow down, understand your assignment, be assignment correct and assignment perfect. And if you do that, usually your muscle memory and your ability to go out there and make plays comes to and really rises to the top. And so I would always warn guys just to slow down a little bit, take a deep breath, and then go play some football.
All right, and Brian, I've heard that the link gets pretty crazy even in a regular season game. The fans have so much energy. You've played an NFC Championship game there. Just describe the atmosphere and the link and what it's like during a game of this caliber.
Well, when you think about Philadelphia full sports, not just football, but Philadelphia sports, you're talking about some of the best fans in the world, some of the most passionate fans in the world. And then as it continues to go up in playoffs and semifinals, divisional rounds, things like that, it just makes it the intensity continue to soar. And so it's going to be rocking in the link. The fans are going to be going crazy, but that's what you want. That's what you want in these types of games. These games are being played for the right to go to the Super Bowl. And so you want the most energy, you want the most passion, and I'm sure the Philadelphia Eagles fans will show up just like that on Sunday.
Now, the last time we saw the Eagles taking the field, they were just destroying the Giants in that divisional round, putting up 268 total rushing yards. Brian, what's your take on the Eagles' run game right now?
Well, I love it. It's always going to be led by an offensive line that has just been quality since Jeff Stoutland became the offensive line coach. You know, Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, you know, those guys up front, Landon Dickerson, have just done a great job of creating lanes. And because of the way the offense is run, you have to worry about Jalen Hurts running the football. You have to worry about a hungry, motivated Miles Sanders running the football. And then you throw in Kenny Gainwell and Boston Scott. And so they have a bunch of people that have the ability to affect the game with their legs. And it's just hard to defend. And because you have to look out for so many different things, it's always making the defense guess. Is it going to the right? Will the quarterback be keeping the ball? Is it going to the left? Will the running back be keeping the ball? And because of that, it's usually getting people out of place. And when you get out of place on the defensive side of the ball, that's usually big lanes and holes that the running back or ball carrier has the ability to use. And that's why the Eagles have run the ball so effectively throughout the season.
I want to talk a little bit more about Jalen Hurts. Now, you worked obviously with Donovan McNabb in Philly, so both him and Jalen Hurts having just breakout second seasons with the Eagles. What similarities do you see between the two QBs?
Well, especially Donovan early on in his career, he oftentimes uses legs to escape, oftentimes uses legs to be able to get a defense off balance. And when you have that ability, it just changes the game. The NFL is not set up to stop running quarterbacks or quarterbacks that have the ability to use their legs in the ways that Jalen does, who does it even much more than Donovan did. You know, as Donovan got a little bit older, he began to use his legs, just like in this clip, to be able to scramble around, to throw the ball down the field. The thing about Jalen that is so good about his legs is that he has the ability to say, okay, this is a pass play and no one's open and all the defenders are 10, 15 yards back and I'm going to run the football. The other thing that he has is with the RPO game is the ability to fake the ball to the running back, put the ball in his belly, pull it back out while the defense sucks up on the running back, and then get around the edge. And because of his speed, because of how smart he is, he's not going to take the big hits. And it's really been impressive to watch.
When talking about the Niners defense versus this Eagles offense, who do you think has the ultimate advantage going into this NFC title game?
It's going to be a tough test, Jacqueline, because, you know, these games are won in the trenches. Offensive line versus defensive line. And that's really the strength of both teams. The Niners defensive line versus the offensive line of the Eagles. And really, I would almost include the linebacking core of the 49ers as well. They have the ability to crash the defensive end in Bosa, get Fred Warner to swiping and kind of go around the end. And that usually stops some of the RPO stuff with the running back and the quarterback's running the football. And so now you're battling of who is going to displace someone, what man is going to move another man out of his hole, out of his space, and can that be done repeatedly enough? It's going to be a tough battle. It's one of those battles that you'll be watching within the game. I certainly always want to give the edge to the Eagles, but there will be a lot of back and forth in this battle. And listen, I can see the 49ers dominating the same way that I can see the Philadelphia Eagles up front dominating in this football game.
All right, and finally, we can't let you go without getting your pick. So, Brian, give us your score prediction for the NFC title game.
I think this will be a well-fought, tough football game. I think because the Eagles are at home, because they've had a great experience at home playing in front of the best fans in the world, because they have a lot of confidence in Jalen Hurts, they end up winning this game 24-21.
All right, Brian Westbrook joining us here on CBS Sports HQ. Thank you so much, Brian. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
And Championship Sunday kicks off with that NFC title game. Niners and the Eagles. Kick is at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then at 6:30 p.m., it is the AFC Championship with the Bengals and the Chiefs. You can watch that one on CBS. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson on the call in KC.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.